Hello, magical people. How's it going out there? My name is Meg Moonbeam, and welcome back to the Daily Astro Show here on the Meg Moonbeam and Beyond Mystic YouTube, Rumble, and X channels. And I'm very happy to be here with you all today to share the daily astrology horoscope for Wednesday, August 14th, 2024. So before we get into the astrology, as always, please remember to like, share, and subscribe to the Meg Moonbeam YouTube, Rumble, and X channels, as well as the Beyond Mystic YouTube, Rumble, and X channels. And if you'd like to have a personal astrology reading with me, those are available at consultations.beyondmystic.net. The link is in the description box of this video, and I am booked out now for all of 2024. So if you'd like to book in with me for 2025, you can go to consultations.beyondmystic.net and book a reading with me for starting in January. So, how's everybody doing out there in this retrograde city? Oh my God. Cat 10 Rose says, "Hi Meg, keep up your good work." Thank you very much for the positive vibes, positive energy, everybody. Hello, Samantha. Very nice to see you, soul sister. Hello, Nicholas. Oh my God, I'm feeling the retrograde so strong. Don't you guys just love a Mercury retrograde and what it has to share? Oh my gosh. I was on the phone. I had to deal with something practical today. And before I started working, and I was literally on the phone dealing with a practical issue because one of my accounts wasn't working for 4 hours today. So that was fun. And at one point, my frustration just turned into laughter. And I was like, okay, this is typical Mercury retrograde over here. So hope you guys are having a wonderful and joyous Mercury retrograde. Hello, Donner. See, I can't even talk with this Mercury retrograde. Nice to see you here. Heather says, "I had to replace my modem yesterday. It randomly went faulty." Yes. And it's interesting because I'm noticing a lot of people. Yeah. Donna says the same. Retrograde is kicking my butt. This one feels so strong. I don't know if that's because it's Mercury started retrograde in one of its home signs of Virgo, or if it's because we've got a retrograde city with 5 heavenly bodies retrograde at the same time with Jupiter and Gemini, which is ruled by Mercury. I don't know what it is exactly, but it's crazy. So anyways, let's bring up the chart for today. And today we are at 22 degrees, sun in Leo season. We've got the moon in Sagittarius. So we've got the sun where he most likes to be in his home sign of Leo. We've got the moon where she likes to be in Sagittarius. And we've got this very special Jupiter-Mars exact conjunction today. So I'm interested to see if you guys feel like sharing in the live chat or the comments below. What's going on with you guys today? Is today just a normal day? Are you having any breakthroughs? What is going on? Because this is a not very usual aspect that we're having at the moment. Mars conjunct Jupiter in Gemini. These are 2 of the, as I like to call them in astrology, energizer bunnies. Okay, Mars, the planet of assertion, directiveness, our masculine energy, action. Jupiter, the planet of expansion, luck, positivity, abundance, wisdom. They're exactly conjunct today. It's 16 degrees of Gemini. And yesterday, I said that 16 degrees is a Taurus degree. I had a Mercury retrograde hiccup. 16 degrees is actually a Cancer degree that we are having this conjunction in. And I feel like there's a lot I can say about this conjunction. First of all, I'll say, see where you have 16 degrees of Gemini in your chart, because this is an area that's getting very activated at this time with this conjunction. But actually, what I'm feeling the strongest to share with this Mars-Jupiter conjunction is that it's in the sign of Gemini, and Gemini rules many things in life. But one of the things that Gemini rules is common sense. Okay? Common sense and the facts of life. things that are just common sense. And at this time, when we are in a retrograde city and we've got Neptune, the only outer planet in his home sign of Pisces, at 29 degrees critical degree retrograde, this can feel like a circus show. This can feel like we're watching a movie. This can feel very confusing and trippy, dippy times. Okay. What is one of the number one things that's going to help us during these times? Common sense. Gemini. Okay. So these are actually times where it's very important to, and I'm not saying don't be spiritual. I'm not saying don't be creative. But, with that Neptune at 29 degrees of Pisces retrograde, we can be in a little bit of a la la land. Things can feel very weird. As I said, very, very trippy. And being grounded, being in common sense is very, very important during these times. So notice today, maybe there's opportunities for you to be in your common sense. Okay. It's interesting. We just had the interview or conversation, I don't know, just went live. I don't know exactly what you would call it, with Donald Trump and Elon Musk. And I've listened to most of that, the X conversation that they had. And it was all about common sense. If you listen to that discussion, now I haven't heard the whole thing, but they were talking in a common sense sort of way. It wasn't things that were far reaching. Everything was based on the facts, what they were talking about. And it doesn't surprise me that that conversation interview came out this week while we have this Mars-Jupiter conjunction. This is a week about being in the facts of life, being in your common sense, not going into escapism, not going into a la land, because you will get kicked in the butt cosmically from Saturn. Okay. Granddaddy Saturn is in square to this Jupiter-Mars conjunction, which overall can be a very positive aspect because they're two really energizing planets. They're both conjunct in a certain sign and degree for all of us in our personal charts. So that's an area where we can have some positive news, some positive development, some removing of stagnation. But with that square to Saturn, to this conjunction, it's not going into, as I said, escapism, a la land, illusions, procrastinating, because that can make things harder. That can bring up challenge, and that can bring up karma even. So I feel like today is a very powerful day where if we're grounded, if we're in our common sense, if we're in the present moment, we can have some really big breakthroughs and moving through of stagnation and receiving even clarity in our life. CeeLo Joe says, this totally resonates, Meg. Thank you, CeeLo Joe. I'm happy that it resonates. And that's something that even as a spiritual woo-woo person that I am, and I know a lot of you guys out there are, sometimes we just need to be in that common sense. Okay. Not everything has to be, well, I do think there's signs everywhere and there's synchronicities everywhere and all that. But sometimes we need to be grounded. Sometimes we need to make decisions, have important conversations. Gemini is also conversations. This is a really good day and week to have conversations that we've maybe been putting off. Do some journaling, do some communicating, do some socializing, even though we've got Mercury retrograde, and Mercury is what we call the dispositor of this Mars-Jupiter conjunction. It's helping us to move towards clarity. It's helping us to move in a brighter direction. And that dispositor Mercury is at 0 degrees of Virgo, which Virgo is all about cleaning, purging, cleanliness, an earth sign, okay, having your shit together. So really paying attention, you guys, to what is coming up for you today. And do you find yourself wanting to go into an escapism place with what's coming up? Or are you open to being grounded, being in the common sense, moving forward from that grounded place? You will actually be rewarded from Saturn if you do that instead of the escapism, instead of the la land vibes that are out there. We can also have, with this Mars-Jupiter conjunction, some very important news being released to the public today. Information, news, media, journalism, independent journalism, all ruled by Gemini. So this is a pretty active day in the astrology for sure. And I'm very curious to see how you're all feeling. In the comments, I'm going to read all your comments after today's Daily Astro Show. And speaking of clarity and information, I want to share that my husband Jens has this new Empath course available on the Beyond Mystic Academy. The link is in the description box of this video. And this is a very special and informative new course that Jens is doing, all about balance, boundaries, and beingness for empaths, which I think is most of us that listen to Beyond Mystic or my personal channel. We're all intuitive empaths, light workers, starseeds. So in this course, Jens has one pre-recorded class, and then he's going to be doing 5 live classes coming up over the coming weeks, all about how to navigate being an empath during these times. He's going to share his tips and tricks, and I'm really proud of Jens. It's going to be a great course. So very, very excited for that. And we've got discount code BALANCE10, all in one word, that you can use to get 10% off the Empath course. And again, you guys, please remember to like, share, and subscribe to the Meg Moonbeam and Beyond Mystic YouTube, Rumble, and X channels. And if you'd like a personal reading with me, those are available at consultations.beyondmystic.net. I'm wishing you all a very happy Mars conjunct Jupiter day. Let's see what this has to offer us. And I will see you all tomorrow for another Daily Astro Show. Mwah! Love you guys.